topic. So it has been a while since I last filmed a video. So I remember the last time I filmed one was probably around October time, maybe. I think it was an October Primark haul. And then yeah, I think that was definitely my last YouTube video that I filmed, and then life sort of took a bit of a turn. So we went into lockdown. This was the second lockdown at the beginning of November, which meant I had to stop working. So that was a bit of a blow. And then I took on a temp job, which I'm still currently doing. So over November I did a temp job, and then they obviously announced that the lockdown was going to ease at the beginning of December, which meant I could go back to work and carry on doing nails. So that was good. So I prepared everything to go back to work, although I still kept my temp job over the start at the start of December because I just thought, oh, why not? It's a bit of money and I needed that money. So I kept that, but I was then getting really busy over the Christmas week period because of everyone wanting to get their nails done, like for Christmas time. So I was fully booked pretty much from like the 18th of December all the way until Christmas Eve, which was great. And then obviously on a Saturday, they then announced that he was going into tier 4, or sort of like a lot of the southeast of England was going into tier 4, which meant I had to close again. So that wasn't very good. I had to cancel all my clients, which was a very sad time. And yeah, now we are just coming out of Christmas. I mean, obviously I've got to wish you all like a very Merry Christmas. Like, hope you all had a great time and whatnot, and you're looking forward to New Year. Yeah, I feel like this video is just a bit, I've been out of it for like a couple of months and now I'm like all over the place. But yeah, so that's like kind of an update on where I've been, what I've been up to, and that's why I haven't really been filming, because I've been working my temp job, and then in my spare time I've just been working on something new. So over the lockdown period I started up a little handmade items account on Instagram, making resin art pieces as well as tie-dye socks. So these are, if you can see, like the resin pieces, they are coasters, and these are not finished yet. They need to have some lining on them, although I think they look quite nice without lining also. But I started making these, and also let me just go and get it. I also started making tie-dye socks. So these are Nike tie-dye socks. So I started up that little side hustle just to take my mind off things, do a little bit of like make something different, and just make some money along the way, really. So yeah, so I really like these. This is my most recent pair, which I think are gorgeous. They are like a deep red, pink red type colour. So yeah, so my Instagram account for my handmade items side hustle is called Handmade by Jules. So if you know, my beauty account is Beauty by Jules, and my resin pieces and tie-dye socks, I also do press on nails, is called Handmade by Jules. So I will link them both below so you can check them out, and if you would like to order some handmade pieces, let me know. So that is pretty much the update in a nutshell of what I've been up to in the past couple of months and why I haven't been filming. I mean, it's not like I didn't like to film or didn't want to film. I wanted to film, but just didn't really have the time. Like, work is like literally taking over a lot of the times. Like when I'm at work, I work long hours, and by the end of it I don't really want to do anything apart from fulfill orders for Handmade by Jules. And over the Christmas period I did get a lot of orders for presents, because a lot of people wanted to buy the coasters for presents, so that was a good thing. But now I'm back. I feel like I can start filming again, depending on what I need to just sit down and figure out what type of content I want to film. But yeah, just wanted to update you, or give you an update on my whereabouts at that point. and at this point whereabouts I am and what I plan to do. But yeah, so last time I did an update like this, I filmed a little stars nail art tutorial. So I thought today I could do a little hearts one, because they're like, hearts are quite actually easy to draw, and easy to teach, I would say. So if you're into nail art and you're doing your own gel nails at home, then and you wanted to add a little bit of nail art to your regular manicures, then carry on watching. I will show you how to paint hearts in a very easy way. It's not hard at all, and yeah, it's literally just a couple of steps and then you can create the perfect little heart. Okay, so here's my little nail wheel thing. I have already prepped it with the OPI bubble bath as a base, and all you need for the hearts is just something like this. It's a dotting tool. Actually, let me pop this down. Mine is really old actually. It's actually by, is it Bourjois? I got it ages ago when I used to still use a nail polish on my own nails. But now I just use gel. So this side has got like smaller dots. I don't know if it's focusing over there because I can see that it's focusing. Maybe I should take this away. Whether it focuses on the dot, but I don't know. And then this one is slightly a bit bigger. So it can create like obviously two size of dots depending on what sort of design you're doing. I don't know if this one is focusing very well, but anyway, I prepared obviously, like I said, OPI bubble bath underneath there, and then I've also got some just, I don't know what this brand is, D&D, some like orangey red colour, I don't even know what it's called. Actually it's here, it's called Summer Hot Pink. So I prepared 3 because I thought maybe I would show you small hearts, like a standard heart, some small hearts, and possibly the negative space heart, if that's not going to take me too long. But yeah, I thought that would be a nice little tutorial. So I'm going to start off with the middle one. So using my palette of colour, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip there with the big space, and then, sorry, the camera is actually right in front of me, so I'm just going to put one dot there, get some more paint and put another dot quite close. You can swirl it a bit to get it like the correct size, and then I'm just going to do another one here. So then once you've got your 3 dots like that, I just use the other side, like the smaller, get a little bit of smaller paint, smaller paint, a smaller bit of paint, and just actually just drag that round to join that dot, then drag it up again, and then drag that bit in to get the little dip, and then you can then just manoeuvre the paint about. The good thing with gel is that you can actually manoeuvre the paint about without it drying so quickly, whereas with obviously normal polish it dries pretty fast. So yeah, so that's your standard heart. Depending on how you want it to look, you can always drag out more paint and add more colour if you want to. But yeah, that is literally the simplest way to draw a heart on nails. So I've just top coated this one. You can see that I think it's not really focusing again, is it? It's not just focusing on other things instead. But yeah, that's the heart. So I'm going to work on this one next here. I'm going to do some small hearts. So depending on how defined you want to be with your hearts, if you're not too fast, then the dotting tool is great. But if you would like to get your hearts like really defined, then I would recommend getting one of these brushes. It's a really thin and fine nib brush, which isn't focusing. Again, maybe if I put that. not focusing very much, not very well on a lot of things in the background, but there you go. Mine's gone a little bit sparse, but all I need to do is just dip it in a little bit of acetone or the gel polish and it will come together again. So let's get back to that, but those, I will link the brushes and a dotting tool below if you would like to purchase. Maybe it won't be this one, but it will be some form of dotting tool, but then you can get them off eBay quite easily. They're like £1 or something. So yeah, okay, I'm going to show you small hearts using the same sort of method as I did with the big one. So I'm just going to twist this way a little bit so I can actually see what I'm doing. So we're just going to create little dots like that all along the nail, and doing the same thing with the bigger one, just joining them up very easily and then spreading the polish out. Add more polish if you need to, but yeah, it's literally as simple as that to draw hearts on a nail with gel polish. I feel like this method I find is the most easiest and quickest to get like hearts on your nails. I'm just going to go in a little bit with my brush on this one because I feel like that one's a bit messed up, but with the brush, like you said, or like I said, you can get a lot more definition with a brush, but generally dotting tools are great. Just depends what type of look you want, whether you want it to be defined or not. But yeah, there we go. Little hearts. So with the last one, I am actually going to do negative space. So if you don't want to know what negative space is, it's literally, you know, when you see a big heart in the middle and underneath is like the inside is pink or transparent, or it can be whatever base that is that you have painted underneath. So yeah, negative space generally fills the whole nail. Well, it doesn't have to, but the ones I've done previously have. So I am going to use my little thin brush for this one because it requires a bit of precision when painting, and also when you're colouring in, it's easier to use a brush to do so. So generally with negative space, I would always try to find the best middle part. So say for example here, and I'd make like a little dot. What I'll then do is go in and draw like the dip. What do you call it? Do you know what that isn't even that great, but I feel like with the camera like right in the middle of me, I'm feeling it's sort of like in my way a little bit. So what I tend to do is try to draw out the, say, the wings of the heart, maybe like the McDonald's M, if that makes sense. Do you know what, that isn't even that neat, but it'll do. And then I would then go and do like the kind of sharper bit here. So I'll mark that in line with the dip, and then I would then draw upwards and then join them both up. I do apologise at this current moment that it may not look fully defined and sharp, but it's me trying to work with the camera right bang in the middle. But yeah, so that's my heart, and then this ends up being your negative space. So now that you've done the outline of your heart, you could then go in and fully paint the rest of the nail. So at this point, because it's such a big nail, I would end up just using, instead of using the palette paint, because it would take me forever, I would then go in with the actual colour and paint as much as I can of the space that I need to fill in, and then use a brush at the end with the colour to ensure that the detailed bits are as defined as possible, if you know what I mean. So I'll just use as much of the bigger brush as I can, because if you start using that little thin brush, it would literally take you forever to paint. So obviously I am using this little wheel, I'm like turning it upside down on that, but when you are doing your own nails or you're doing a client's nails, then that could potentially be quite difficult. Okay, so I've got a little bit of paint on the side there, which I'll have to wipe off later, but I'm going to finish off with the rest of the palette paint. Just do the sides. Obviously, you need, if you feel like you need to do a second coat because the first coat you painted on wasn't sort of dense enough and you need to paint another coat, then please do so. But at this point, sorry, let me just move that, before you cure it, you can then decide and have a look, see if you need to make anything a bit more sharper, then you can do so now. My dip in the heart bit there is it's not really fully in the middle, so I'm gonna just bring that down a bit and turn it around this way a bit more. But yeah, I mean, you sort of get the gist of sort of negative space part, don't you? And there is a negative space. I'm going to cure that and then top coat it. I'm also going to wipe that bit before I cure it because I don't want that bit left over. So there we have it. So your three heart designs. Well, although these two are kind of like just the same, but just smaller hearts and a bigger heart, and then a negative space. I love a negative space heart. I think they're so nice when on fingernails, and yeah, I mean, I just like hearts in general. They're like my favourite shape to draw when it comes to nail art. But I really hope you enjoyed that and found it useful, and if you do create any heart nail art on your own fingernails, do let me know. So it's literally dark outside now after filming that little hearts tutorial, but I really hope you enjoyed it, and just thank you so much for still sticking around, if you do still stick around for my videos. But I will try to do more videos going forwards. It's just finding the time. Time is just running away like really quickly. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed that little tutorial, and obviously with the update of where I've been, why I haven't been filming videos, then there it is. But yeah, I will see you again soon in my next video, which will hopefully be at some point next week. But yeah, please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I will be doing more nail art stuff if that's what you like. But yeah, I'll see you again soon, and stay safe as always. And yeah, have a lovely new year, because I won't see you before that, or I won't be putting a video up before that. Yeah, thanks guys, bye.
You have to be your biggest fan, and when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who